hard man. Oh ho ho, all the way from Britain. Glory, hallelujah. Come live royal and the honest Jews. He went into a pub and he came a paralytic. Oh ho ho, VP insider. But a hell of a mixture. Come live royal and the honest Jews. Does this bus go to the Danister Parley? Oh ho ho, I'm looking for a lumber. Glory, hallelujah. Come live royal and the orange shoes. There in the dancing, he met Harry Mary. Oh ho ho, the flower of the Gorbals. Glory, hallelujah. Come live royal and the orange shoes. Oh no, Mary, are you dancing? Oh no, it's just the way I'm standing. Glory, hallelujah. Come live royal and the orange shoes. Oh no, Mary, you're 1 in a million. Oh ho ho, and shows your chances. Glory, hallelujah. Come live royal and the orange shoes. Oh now, Mary, can I run you home? Oh ho ho, I've got a pair of sand shoes. You're a hell of a funny. God live royal and the orange shoes. Back close and out through the dunny. Oh ho ho, it wasn't for the first time. Glory, hallelujah. God live royal and the orange shoes. The mother came out, she was going to the cludgy. Oh ho ho, I buggered off sharpish. Glory, hallelujah. God live royal and the orange shoes. Mary, Mary, she had a little baby. Oh ho ho, the father's in the army. Glory, hallelujah. God live royal and the orange shoes. Now Harry, Mary is still looking for her hard man. Oh ho ho, he joined the Foreign Legion. Sahara under a camel. God live royal and the orange shoes. God live royal and the orange shoes.
Good evening, folks. How you doing? What's the crack? Welcome along to Live Stream Mondays is sort of the call this show. We needed something for it. I mean, obviously it is the Rebel Podcast Live, but we needed some kind of name for the show, so we're going to go with Live Stream Mondays. So hope you're all okay with that there. So welcome along, one and all, folks. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. We're live here on the Rebel Podcast on YouTube, our OG channel. Of course, if you haven't yet liked and subscribe to the YouTube channel, why not, folks? Get on it, hit the like and subscribe button, hit the wee bell icon, and it'll tell you once we're live, anytime we're putting any more videos on. So that'll do a lot for our algorithm on YouTube. Much appreciated. So please, if you're watching on YouTube, give the page a wee subscribe. Even if you're watching on Facebook, jump on YouTube, search for the channel, and just give the page a wee sub, and then you can go back to Facebook again. If you're watching on Facebook, folks, we're live on 2 pages tonight. We're on the official Rebel Podcast page on Facebook, up to 22,000 followers now. Fantastic. Cheers, folks. We'll be catching up with Michael McLaughlin, Michael McCormick very soon, who's on 50k with the Irish Sound, Wasteful Thinking. And we're also live on my own DJ Rebel Row page, folks. So jump on, let us know where you're watching from tonight. If you're watching on Facebook, please hit the wee share button, and whatever groups you're part of, just click them all, and we'll try and get as many people watching the show as possible today, folks. I'm Big Row, the host of the show here, folks. So it's great to see you on tonight. We're joined live from 8 p.m. by North Belfast man who's now currently living in County Galway, Ram McDermott. He's just ruined the show by coming on tonight with a Cliftonville tap. Yes, Ren, I can see you there, so I can. If you don't take that off before we start, I'm not bringing you on. I'm serious now. I will just refuse to bring you on the show. I think he's just done that to wind me up, so he has. So listen, mate, I can see you okay, right? So just log off now and log back on about 10 later, right? Good man. Fucking Chickenville, Jesus Christ, I'm disgusted. So yes, folks, Ren McDermott will be joining us live on the show from 8 o'clock, so it's good to see him on. Hopefully we won't have the same issues tonight as we had with Shay Doolan last week. The only issue, of course, was the sound when he played the song. I think because he's recording just from his phone, it just didn't sound great at all. But his interview was fantastic. Great comments for Shay's interview, folks. And again, I want to thank you all, everybody who watched the show last week. Obviously, it was the first hour was very much dedicated to the loss of our friend and comrade Brenton Bick McFarland. I think the show on the Facebook page has had nearly 40,000 views, which is phenomenal. Obviously the biggest viewed show ever we've done, the whole time we've done the show. And then on YouTube, it's now up to there 4,500 views on YouTube, which is, again, it's the biggest viewed show we've had. Unfortunately, obviously, on tragic circumstances, why the show was for. But again, I just want to thank everyone for all the lovely comments, folks, even up to last night and yesterday afternoon. People sent me messages going, just had a chance to listen to the show last week. Fair play, great, etc. Put on a great show. You really remember them well. So, folks, thank you as all. It was, I wouldn't say it was enjoyable doing it, but I did get a wee bit of pride from doing the show last week. We were able to remember Bick in song and story and visuals and all, so it was a great show. So folks, we'll jump on then and see who we have watching the show tonight, see where you all are watching from, who's watching the show and whatever. Right, so Iona there, watch over in Scotland. Cheers, Iona, on Facebook tonight. Alan Chucky McPherson, first request of the evening. He's looking for Claymore, Ourselves Alone, watching in Glasgow, Scotland tonight. Cheers, mate. Jordan Whiteford is watching tonight on Facebook. Liam O'Brien is watching on YouTube tonight from Miami, Florida. Get it out of you, big lad. Get it out of you. Watching the show now from Miami, Florida. And there's Terry Craney. For once in her life, she's not over in Lanzarote or Benidorm or Santa Ponsa or whatever. She's actually watching the night from a wet and dreary Glasgow. Well, Terry, I have absolutely no sympathy for you at all. All right, you have more holidays than buddy Edwin Poots. If you know who that man is, anybody from here will know who he is, and they'll get the joke. Sorry, what I meant to say was you've more holidays than Ian Paisley Jr. I'm sure Edwin Poots has a fair few holidays, but not as much as comrade in DUP. Ian Paisley Jr. But anyway, cheers for having you on tonight. There's young Fenton. How you doing? What's the crack? Well, Row, Mick, 1967, watching tonight on YouTube. Evening, everyone. Hope all are fit and healthy. Minus 16 in Govan, indeed. I think we're 3 league wins from the title. I think. Well, it'll just be great if we could nearly win the league against the Buns on March the 16th. Oh, that would be fantastic. So Jordan Wayford's watching from Ayrshire, East Ayrshire in Scotland. Good man yourself. And there's our own full kit. I'm not going to say it live on air. Anthony Hart watching from Armagh tonight, mate. Great result for you there. The other night against the Dirty Dubs. Well done. Earl is watching tonight on YouTube. Harry T. How you doing? What's crack, Harry? And there's our good friend Maura McNally, who had on the show 2 weeks ago. Maura and Mickey up in Pogladesh. Listen, don't be knocking your wee estate. It's not that bad, so it isn't. It's only up in Glenbond up there is the rough part, so it is like. Kev Dunn watching on YouTube. G'day, peeps. Kay Wilson, how you doing, Kay? Watching on Facebook tonight. Toby Mac, what's crack, Toby? Watching over in the markets. And that's been it so far. So good. So folks, you know the crack. If you have any songs you want to hear, get them in on our comment section on YouTube or Facebook. If you want to share anything with us at all, just put it in. We'll get a few stories tonight if you want. So of course we opened the show and the credits with the song we're doing every week now, starting off, well, apart from last week, with the cod liver oil and the orange juice with a great band from I'm going to say Drogheda, because I know, as far as I know, they don't like Dundalk, so I think they are from Drogheda, the Mary Wallopers. So fair play, lads, even though their mullets are hideous, but fair play to us. So we're going to officially start the show tonight with a song from the late great Kathleen Largy. And I was doing a christening yesterday for good friends who have done lots and lots of parties for weddings, christenings, birthday parties for down Sarsfields, and near the end I was doing a few wee chucky songs, so I was, and one of the songs I played, the biggest reception of the day was Kathleen Largy with Four Green Fields, and there was just men, women up, slow dancing, waltzing away, just all singing along. It's a beautiful wee song. So Maura the other day, she put a post up about Kathleen Largy, just basically saying that still to this day she's the best female rebel singer of all time. Many have tried, and not failed, but many have tried to basically better her or do as well. But I think I have to agree with Maura. There isn't a lot of them have been able to touch what the late great Kathleen Largy has done. So this one here we're going to do is a personal favourite of mine off this here album, and this is Kathleen Largy and the Flying Column, folks, with Freedom Walk on live stream Mondays on the Rebel podcast. Here we go.
Just before the sun, a new day is breaking, our struggle has begun. The people are together, we shall be free in this land, our homeland, our own democracy. Come all you lads and lassies, rally to our cause and seek the abolition of those old-fashioned laws. Let us open every eye, let the people see what this land, our homeland, means to you and me. On the road together, walk hand in hand and ring the bell of justice over all the land. All the world is waiting, watching you and me in this land, our homeland, our own democracy. Come all you lads and lassies, rally to our cause and seek the abolition of those old-fashioned laws. Let us open every eye, let the people see what this land, our homeland, means to you and me. How far must we travel till our journey's done? How long must we struggle till the fight is won? May we live in peace again, may we live to see this land of ours, our homeland, a true democracy. Come all you masses rally to our cause and seek the abolition of those old-fashioned laws. Let us open every eye, let the people see what this land, our homeland, means to you and me.
Phenomenal. There's Kathleen Largy, folks, with Freedom Walk. This is the Rebel podcast, multi-streaming live tonight, folks, on YouTube and on Facebook. We're live on YouTube on the official Rebel podcast page, and live on Facebook on the DJ Rebel Row page and the official Rebel podcast page as well on Facebook. So if you're, give it all the pages that we like, folks. If you haven't liked them yet, go on and just give them a like, especially the YouTube channel. I can't stress that enough. We need to get as many subs as possible. A lot more we got last week after so many plays of the show for Beck. So again, cheers for everyone that subbed in the last week or so. Much appreciated. So a few more comments here who have watching tonight. Right, let's see where are we. James McMullen was looking for Isle of Hope. That's an actually maybe version of that are from the Whistling Donkeys maybe too. Sai says, good evening everyone from the top of the league looking down the Safeco. Harry says, yes, Row, win the league against them current Buns. Let's see. Kirsten Mosson says, God bless Kathleen Largy, indeed, thank you very much. Alm says there, Barlingcord played this classic as well, yes indeed. Anthony Hart, Gibraltar 3 by the Irish Brigade, Paul. Right, look at that on for you, not a problem, Anthony. Braden, how you doing, Braden? What's the crack, mate? Well, we're looking forward to another good show. Good man yourself. Cheers for joining in tonight. Let's see. My youngest son came home today. Be a nice song to listen to. Yeah, folks, you know the cracks. If there's any other songs you want, just get them in. So, the whole hype across all of our social media this morning was this pretty, this new Celtic range being released again. For me, I just think it is. It's just another way to sort of fleece the fans, especially the Irish fans. And they make it some bullshit name this year. Oh, Celtic Origins. And I suppose at the end, I know it is Adidas that sets the prices. You know what I mean? They just pay the club for like the being obviously to use the license to sell the stuff. But Celtic should have basically they should have a say on the price of these things, because it's to this day, the previous two ones that were released around St. Patrick's Day, I don't think the team, to my knowledge, have wore any of the two tops once. So you'd think maybe, because they're always playing a game around St. Patrick's Day, why not then wear the strip? I mean, at least the game they're going to be playing. Like it is just a money making racket, and it's especially in this day and age. And they know people are going to bet, so do. So it's like, but just look. I had a look at these, and to me, I would probably maybe go and say maybe buy them if they were half decent looking. But this is the three things that they're selling it. So this one here is the Adidas original Celtic Origins jersey, and you couldn't get any more like cheap looking and half-arsed if you tried. Like, obviously it's the old original Adidas logo, and I think the thing that's pushing this here up the price in is the badge in the middle. So instead of having the 4-leaf clover, they have a 3-leaf shamrock instead. So it's basically the Celtic badge being replaced with the shamrock instead of the 4-leaf clover, right? So 90 quid, folks, £90 for this top, right? A top that is basically a training kit top. That's what it looks like. I mean, it's not a match style worn top that we wear. So this here's the next one, right? 130 quid for this here. So obviously it's an old sort of like a American style, old school sort of like baseball jacket, American football kind of jacket. So obviously it must be like some kind of pleather where the green is, and then obviously like probably like a suede sort of thing style where the black is. But I mean, again, 130 quid for this thing. 130 quid. And I guarantee you're going to see people walking around the street with this thing on them. But this thing here is the thing that got me, right? So I'll just take off this here banner here so you can see the price of this here. 70 quid for these. £70 sterling. £70 sterling for this pair of track bottoms, folks, with that badge. So it's technically a pair of grey track bottoms that basically you could probably buy in Primark or Sports Track, whatever, like, right? The Celtic badge on the right hand leg, and this basically painting of a big shamrock with the Adidas logo on the left hand leg. 70 quid for a pair of track bottoms. I mean, how do they justify? I don't know, how can they justify charging that kind of money? And obviously beforehand, this all obviously has to be cleared by the club and whatever. And how they can say that they're happy with that their kind of money being charged for essentially a t-shirt. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely disgusting. Like, it's as far as I'm concerned, so it is. Like, Kev Dunn says, yep, ridiculous, the cost. Terry, of course. Do you like anybody other than Damien Quinn, Terry? Like, I've never ever seen you request anything other than Damien Quinn. Of course, there's other artists out there, like, and there's nothing wrong with Damien Quinn. He's a great friend of the show. James says, yeah, I couldn't believe it, £90. I don't like it either. Paddy Boys, Paul, what's the crack, mate? That's madness, it is indeed. There's Roger Markland watching from Sweden tonight. Good man yourself. No, crazy. James Francis Casey, the new swag is horrific, robbing fuckers. Yeah, so folks, as you can see it there, but people will, you know the crack, people will bet, they will pay for it, so they will, and that's the problem. It's because they know people are going to bet. They're going to go, oh, it's Irish origins all over the balls. The people will bet in their thousands, and that's where they're going to make the money. But I think as well now, Celtic have been given this status of like this wee silver logo, like wee silver tag or something they have on their kits now, and now because they've that there, because they're like a top selling club, that's when the price jumps up. So it does. If anything, they should be lowering it down because they're selling so many bloody tops, not bloody raising it up. Ridiculous. But anyway, so Alan Chucky McPherson asked for this one. We're going to be on with the tunes, folks, of course. That's why we're here tonight, playing the tunes. So he was looking for a bit of Claymore, and I love playing these songs on the show, bands that are sort of aren't really going anymore, but still have great tunes. So this is another album here. Check it out, folks, on Spotify from Claymore, and this is Ourselves Alone. Here we go.
I am an Irishman, Irish I'm proud to be. Let no British Hun with his Tommy gun make a slave of me. For freedom's rights I will fight, freedom for Irishmen, and let England see that we will be a nation once again. The world is watching each block and their heroes who suffered there. They were abused, still they refused those prison clothes to wear. On the blanket they did lie, on hunger strike they died. They chose to assert their claim and let the world see that we would be a nation once again. Portlaoise is where they cage our men, but their spirits they cannot quell. Castlereagh is where they torture them, each block is truly hell. England must retreat, the provost can be beat. Our proof is our 10 brave men. Hear the people shout, Respect! And the nation once again. So England, you heed my warning. You know that it's too late. Can't you see that Ireland will be free? You have bred nothing but hate. We will not compromise with British lies. Victory complete is our aim. England we defy, hear old Ireland cry. and a nation once again. A nation once again. A nation once again. And Ireland long a province be, a nation once again. A nation once again. A nation once again. England we defy, hear all Ireland cry, and the nation once again.
That is ourselves alone there, folks, from Claymore, especially for Alan Chucky McPherson tonight, requesting that one. So there you go, first of the requests this evening. Let's see, James Francis Casey. Yep, lovely ballad is indeed. Who else we have? So James, we're looking for the Dan Rebel. What's the crack, Hugo? Good to see you on, mate, as always tonight. What's the crack? There's Christopher Mahoney. Good man, cheers for coming on YouTube this evening. Who is this here? Billy Carr, watching on Facebook tonight from Aberdeen. Good man, Billy. Mick, 1967. It all helps the club. Piss off, mate, will you? Like, come on. Listen, I'm all for helping the club, because God forbid they need the money. Do you know what I mean? So they do, like, because it's on its knees. They need the money. They only have about I don't know, many million in the bank. So they do, sitting there. So they definitely need the money, like. But I'm all of course for like going buy the stuff from the official club shop and all, I mean, whatever. But I think that there, for a top it's never going to be worn, it's a ridiculous price just to basically fleece the fans, especially the Irish fans, as far as I'm concerned. Like, but Mick, that's just my opinion, my humble opinion. I'll just say there, yep, sounded brilliant, happy days. So as you've seen there, folks, during that song, we had this on for you, just to be ad. So next week, Sean McCafferty from Derry, folks, will be our special guest on the show. Really, really looking forward to having Sean on the show. I've been following him for some time now. And hopefully he's going to be doing his rendition of Joseph Mary live on the show for us as well next week. Basically a song that a lot sort of catapulted the show into a lot of people's minds and thoughts after the sort of publicity we got from the song and the publicity we give the song. So brilliant, Sean McCafferty. He's a legend in Derry. Comes from a legendary family in Derry of musicians. So really can't wait to have Sean McCafferty on the show next Monday, the 10th of March, folks. So looking forward to that there. Let's see, what do I want to do? Yes, so up next, and if any of you are on my own Facebook, you would have seen me putting this here. So I'm going to put these next couple of pictures on the screen for you. So this guy here, in case you're going, who's that there guy with the award? So that's my older brother Niall, so it is, and it's like a running family in our house that he's like the blue-eyed boy, my dad's blue-eyed boy. He's the favourite in all this here, and I can't even come close to him, no matter what I do, you know what I mean? And because he's just he's the good child, and he's the famous one, whatever. But I have to say, we are all very, very proud of Niall. He literally he's a world-class, award-winning photographer. He works for the Press Association in the South. And every year, obviously, he comes away with some kind of award at these, the Press Association Awards every year. So this year, he won 2 awards. So he did. So he won the award for Best News Photographer. So he did. And I thought I had the picture of the one he got for that there, but I haven't downloaded it. So basically, I've only seen the bonfire in Moygashill last year. They basically put like a fake PSNI car on top of it, and obviously burnt the bonfire with this car on top of it, and there was fireworks logging off and stuff. So he got a brilliant shot of that. So he won basically Best News Photographer of the Year for that there picture, and he also won Best Drone Photographer of the Year for this here picture here. Of what it is, I have no idea, but that's him getting his award there for Best Drone Photographer. Just my brother here now to say basically both of his awards. So I do say fair play now, although it's a running joke in the family, we all laugh and stuff whatever and but calling the blue eye, but we are definitely very proud of him, couldn't be more prouder of him. And this is just Nell in the house. Just if you can see here and zoom in, folks, that is literally all the awards that he has won over the years. Do you know what I mean? All these Press Association awards, other awards. And I think he's standing there going to himself, I'm going to visit IKEA here to get a bigger shelf from awards, so I keep getting any more. So, listen, Nell, fair play to you for myself. You know how proud we are of you, mate. And I did have to give you a wee mention on the show tonight. So, so fair play, indeed. You definitely deserve it, so you do. Let's see. Harry T says, Ro, can I get a request of the Broadback Brimmer by the Irish guy Emmett? The Irish guy. That Irish guy, but I don't think he's I don't think he has any recordings done, so he doesn't. As far as I know. Actually, as far as I know, all his stuff's all just live feeds. From I don't know whether he's any recordings or I don't know. But Kev says, don't he be jealous of your big bro, Nairo? I wouldn't say it's being jealous. Maybe I am, is that what it is? Dan O'Collier watching in County Cork tonight. Even all good man. Better late than never, mate. Maura Burns is on. What's the crack, Maura, over there in Republican Cope Bridge? Good to see you on as always tonight, Mrs. Hugh says, the league is over, Ro. Of course the league is over, mate, but officially we would like to have it won. If not before the match on the 16th on that day, that would be fantastic. So it would. So we're going to play 2 Irish Brigade songs tonight, so we are. We're going to play the Streets of Gibraltar later on for Anthony Hart, who asked for it, but I want to do this one here now because it was the anniversary of the 2 Brentons there. I think Friday, so it was. Well, I think it was Friday. Yeah. For the 2 Brentons in South Armagh. So of course we'll have to play the Jerry Glacken song tonight, the 2 Brentons. So again, this is another version of this song from one of their 2 live albums recorded in Dublin. 2 fantastic albums, I have to say. You know, I like playing as much live music as possible, so do. It's just for me, you get a better sort of like reaction. I mean, I think the bands put a lot more into it when they're doing it live, especially if it's being recorded live. You get the sense, the crowd and all, whatever and stuff. So this is the Irish Brigade folks with the 2 Brentons. Fantastic song, very emotional song written by Jerry Glacken about volunteers Brenton Moley and Brenton Burns from South Armagh, folks. Here we go.
Slow it down again this time. This time it's a song I wrote for 2 volunteers from South Armagh, for Brendan Moley and for Brenton Burns. Song's simply known as The 2 Brentons. I'll tell a tale of gallant men who in the hills round Crossmaglen became a living legend in their day. Their daring deeds in freedom's fight shone like a beacon in the night, where Harvey and McDermott showed the way. Well, a song can't bring them back again, or heal the wound, or soothe the pain. A song can only keep alive the name of gallant women and of men, their lives consumed in freedom's flame, and we owe that much to Moley and to Burns. Well, a pall of smoke rose o'er the land as cruel fate had played its hand. The 2 Brentons would have chose no other way. Well, they died the way they had won to go, in action against the British foe. They lived and died to serve the IRA. Well, a song can't bring them back again, or heal the wound, or soothe the pain. A song can only keep alive the name of gallant women and of men, their lives consumed in freedom's flame, and we owe that much to Moley and to Burns. In Crossmaglen and Drummondtee we keep alive their memory. In Silverbridge we speak their names with pride. And from Dorsey down to Katy Town, through generations we'll pass on their exploits and that cause for which they died. Well, a song can't bring them back again, or heal the wound, or soothe the pain. A song can only keep alive the name of gallant women and of men, their lives consumed in freedom's flame. And we owe that much to Moley and to Burns. We're a special kind of people here. We breed defiance, never fear, and we'll still be here when the tide against England turns. Oh, for in our hearts we know we're right, and we never will give up the fight. We owe that much to Moley and to Burns. Let's see it, sing it now. A song can't bring them back again, or heal the wound, or soothe the pain. A song can only keep alive the name of gallant women and of men, their lives consumed in freedom's flame. And we owe that much to Moley and to Burns. We salute you, Brendan Moley and Brendan Burns.
So the Irish Brigade, folks, the two Brentons, Brendan Moley and Brendan Burns, of course by Jerry Glacken of the Irish Brigade. Yeah, their anniversary was last week, so it was, so that's why we're playing this song on this evening. So we are going to do another Irish Brigade one later on, spicy for Anthony Hart, who asked for the streets of Gibraltar earlier on, so we'll do that there for you, mate, not a problem. So you know the crack, folks. Any more tunes you want, get them in on the comment section on YouTube or Facebook. Coming up another maybe 20 minutes, we'll have Ram McDermott live on the show, folks. She'll be joining us from County Galway this evening. So looking forward to having Ram on the show. Say Dan Kelly says, yeah, great song and version indeed. Was on the Irish Brigade cassette, volume 5. There you go. Marty and Elaine has just joined us. Say better late than never. Good man yourself. Good woman, Elaine. Happy days. So obviously, who was asking for that song by? So Harry was looking for the song from the Broad Black Brimmer from that Irish guy Emmett. Now I said, well, I didn't know he had any recorded stuff, and obviously Ryan has just texted me as well. But he put in here, he says he has an album on Spotify called Live on the Row, and I've just found it. So it's recorded in 2014 now. It's a good few years away now. 2014 in O'Connor's Pub. I suppose that's in America somewhere. Like, but Ryan said that he was married. Well, Emmett was married to Ryan's cousin, so he was for years, and Ram was actually the page boy at the wedding. So he was obviously, there's both since split up now and they've remarried, but there you go, bit of useless information. Probably didn't know what there about Emmett, that Irish guy. So we'll go to this one now. So for Harry Townsend, we're going to play Back Home in Derry here from Emmett's album called Live on the Road. It's my first time listening to any of his stuff recorded. Normally I would have tuned into his live feed the odd time on Facebook. If I'm up maybe late coming home from a gig or something, I'll put it on the van or whatever, because he's usually starting live whenever I'm heading back from a gig, so he is. But so Harry, this one's for you. Not the song you asked for, but it is from from Emmett, that Irish guy. This is from Live on the Row, his album live on Spotify, and this is Back Home in Derry, live in O'Connor's pub.
It's coming up from David Bobby's anniversary. I want to play a little song that he wrote. He stole the tune, but he wrote the words. This song was smuggled out of the Maid's prison on cigarette papers, as were most of his songs. But this is a beautiful, beautiful song. And if you know it, I'd love to hear you sing along with it. In 1803 we sailed out to sea, out from the sweet town of Derry. For Australia bound, if we didn't all drown, the marks of our vessels we carried. In rusty iron chains we cried for our wains, our good women we left in sorrow. As the mainsails unfurled, the curses we heard on the English and thoughts of tomorrow. At the mouth of the foil bid farewell to the soil, as down below decks we were lying. Oh, Doherty screamed awake from a dream by a vision of bold Robert dying. Ah, the sun burnt as cruel as we dished out the brew, and O'Connor was down with the fever. 60 convicts today bound for Botany Bay. Oh, how many will reach their receiver? Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. While I cursed them to hell as our bow fought to swell, our ship danced like a moth in the firelight. White horses rode high as the devil passed by, taking souls to Hades by twilight. 5 weeks out to sea, we were now 43. Our comrades we buried each morning. In our own slime, we were lost in a time, endless night without dawn. I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. A Van Diemen's land is a hell for a man to live out his whole life in slavery. When the climate is raw and the gun makes the law, neither wind nor rain care for bravery. 20 years have gone by and have ended me bond. My comrades ghosts walk behind me. A rebel I came, oh I'm still the same. On the cold winds of the night you'll find me. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in
That's a sort of Emmett there, folks. That Irish guy, if he is, who you all know from doing his Facebook lives right through from lockdown. I think still to the present day, still doing his Facebook lives the weekends with us. So that was for Harry Townsend. He asked for the Broad Black Bimmer, but obviously we didn't have it. So check out Emmett's album there, folks. Now it is from 2014. It sounds like it was recorded like maybe with two like bean cans and a bit of string between the two of them. But listen, it's still I've heard a lot worse live albums, I have to say. So I have. But yeah, I was Emmett with back home in Derry, folks. That Irish guy recorded live at O'Connor's pub in America. So it was. So there we go. Indeed. Right. So we're gonna have hopefully maybe two more songs, maybe one more song, and then we're gonna get Ryan live on the show for you. So back to a few more comments. Here's another new name on the show. Watching on YouTube tonight. Boo. Is that Boo Rouge? Greetings from New Jersey, USA. Lovely version of Back Home in Derry. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Cheers for tuning in tonight. Alan says, Irish guy does Belfast Brigade good. James McMullen, can I get Grace, please? No. Sorry, mate, but no. I played Grace 3 times this weekend at my gigs, and that's enough for me for another week. So I'll not be playing it tonight. That's just being blunt. So, and you'll be glad to know, of course, that Ryan will not be singing Grace tonight either. So he won't on the live stream. So what are we going to do next? Go do a bit of the Wolf Tones this time, for you. A wee bit of the Wolf Tones. Obviously, Shay Doolan announced this week, folks, that he's going to be. Obviously, he gave us an exclusive interview last week and told us that he'd been picked to play this year. I think the High Stool Prophets are doing this year gig as well in Liverpool. A big open air concert live right on the docks. Fantastic gig to be involved in. I'm sure Shay will just absolutely be buzzing. So he will be playing at their gig, especially in his home city. Live on stage with his own big open air concert. 50,000 people or something, he says. That'll be mad. So absolutely crazy. Dan Kelly says, can we have maybe have Joseph Mary rather than Grace? Well, listen, we're going to play Joseph Mary next week because Sean McCafferty, the man so famous for part writing the song and putting the music to it, is going to be singing it live on the show for us in his interview. So I'll wait for next week for that there, Dan. So if anyone's been checking out Facebook, folks, over the last 10 minutes or so, you might have seen this here, which is, I've known about this here for a while, but haven't really said nothing because I haven't been able to say nothing, but under strict instructions not to say anything. But just this announcement here, the lads from Clover are going to be on a tour of America. I'm sure all the details will be released in due course, but fair play to the lads. Great to see it. It's been a while from they've been over there, so it has. So not actually sure what dates they're going to be there yet, but just know that because Paul asked me to do these a while ago for them, just for their artwork and stuff for over there. So brilliant to see the lads from Clover are going to be doing a tour over in America. So fair play, lads. Right, so there you go. Right, so say we're going to do a bit of Wolf Tones now for you tonight, folks, on the Rebel Podcast live stream Mondays. And this time we're going to do, what are we going to do? We're going to play Man Behind the Wire. So we'll maybe do this one, then we'll get Ryan. Hopefully he'll jump in after this song. We'll get him live on the air face.
Cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Armoured cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Through the little streets of Belfast in the dark of early morn, British soldiers came a-running, wrecking little homes with scorn. Heedless of the crying children, dragging fathers from the bed. Watch the scenes of helpless mothers, watch the blood fall from the head. Armoured cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Armoured cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Not for them a judge or jury, or indeed a crime at all. Being Irish means they're guilty, so the guilty one and all. Round the world the truth will echo, Cromwell's men are here again. England's name again is sullied in the eyes of honest men. Armoured cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Armoured cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Proud proudly march behind our banner, firmly stand behind our men. We will have them feet to help us build a nation once again. And the people step together, proudly marching on your way. Never fear and never falter till the boys come home to stay. Armoured cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Armoured cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Through the little streets of Belfast in the dark of early morn, British soldiers came a-running, wrecking little homes with scorn. Heedless of the crying children, dragging fathers from the bed. Watch the scenes of helpless mothers, watch the bullet fall from the head. Armoured cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Armoured cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire.
There we go, the sound of the brilliant Wolf Tones folks are with the men behind the wire. This is a live stream Mondays on the Rebel podcast, multi-streaming live on YouTube and Facebook tonight. So, Ryan, can you hear us?
Loud and clear, mate. You hear me?
Oh, mate, that sound is fantastic, mate. So far, so good. So it is. Good man yourself. But as I said, I thought you would have changed that tap before coming back on, but obviously you haven't.
For the price of things at the minute, do you know what I mean? I think it's £50. You'd want to take a run down to O'Neill's, get a couple.
Nah, you're right, mate. I definitely wouldn't be giving them some money anyway. Well, that team over in Cliftonville anyway. So listen, mate, say it's great to come on. Thank you very much for coming on the show. It's much appreciated. So obviously, first things first, you are based in Galway, so and that definitely isn't a Galway accent. So tell us whereabouts you were born and raised, mate.
I was born and raised North Belfast, just off of the Antrim Road. You know where the waterworks would be, just around there. So that's where I grew up and basically lived all my life, bar the last couple of years up in Glengormley with my wife, and now down in Galway, living in Fields of Athenry, literally the Fields of Athenry, like the song. So that's where she's from. We're together now near 15 years and met each other in Santa Ponza. So that's how I've ended up down here. Basically, that's a short version of it, Rory.
There you go. Them ducks in the waterworks have been, well, the swans have been attacked by them many occasions. Like they're evil.
Oh,
So they are, indeed. So obviously, you are making your sort of way, obviously now in the Rebel scene, mate. So obviously, growing up, was anybody in your family sort of like a musician, or who sort of got you into playing guitar, or in the first place? I mean, so like, how did you first get involved in it?
Yeah, I mean, with my own family, first and foremost, I'm an only child. I've no brothers or sisters, like, so.
Okay, right.
Just around that, and neither of them are musicians actually. So I just started. I had no real interest in music. I was about 11, 12 years age, Rory, to be honest, and then started listening to Oasis and started listening to Rebel stuff. You know, I was knocking about Cruncher's son Brendan around that time. So he lived in the same streets as, and just always in and out of the house, you know, running about him and stuff and hearing stuff over there. And got the bug for it, and then just went to Ardoin Flower one year with Brent. I think it was about 14 or 15, and it was the year. I want to say it was 2005, give or take. I was asking Brent about this because I couldn't remember the year, and he thinks it's 2005 as well. But heard Damien Dempsey and the Wolf Tones, and since then just absolutely hooked. But just been in and out of the house and talking to Cruncher and stuff as well from such a young age. So whenever I came away from the Fla and then later an Oasis gig later the same year around Christmas, I just remember saying.
So you wouldn't have had like no sort of you wouldn't have like no Rebel or ballad tunes at all in the house growing up. I mean, it wasn't like.
Not that I can remember, mate, to be honest. No.
Okay.
Being honest, so. Yeah, so like my man and dad just went over to Cruncher and says, look, obviously we're not musicians, we don't know anything about guitars or whatever. He's asked for one. Cruncher, fair play to him, took time out of his day to go down and sort me out near the little music shop used to be facing the library at the top of Royal Avenue. Marcus seemed in there, got me a wee Yamaha and took time out of his life to show me how to play it on a weekly basis, just encouraged me to keep at it and stuff. Well, the other one, mate, Marcus, but it's closed down.
Oh, yes, Marcus Music, yeah.
I think it was Dawson's or something after that. I can't remember, but it wasn't in it much. Like, but Matches is still there anyway, because I was in it the other week. But that's a short version of it, like, and yeah, just from that, and Cruncher just encouraged me to keep at it, and as well as mentor from the Andy Town School of Music, just learn different things from good people around that time, and just kept at it, and just been playing it since. Really,
but obviously, you're talking there about Cruncher, like, and like it's what a sort of, obviously, for someone to sort of obviously grew up around. Obviously, you're saying you're friends with his son and stuff, whatever, and being then there to his house. Like, I mean, obviously, we all know what the crack with Cruncher is now. It's really sort of sad to see the way he's suffering at the minute. But I think obviously we all know in his heyday, and I think for me, be able to do the podcast with him, obviously over the last few years, getting to do it with him at that time was, for me, it'll always be remembered. You know what I mean? But it must have been just for you, somebody growing up as wanting to sort of learn a guitar and stuff. You couldn't have had a better person, like the sort of try and learn off, or like, I mean, like just he can get just suck in what he was telling you, like.
No, definitely, like, and I remember, like, just even showing me the first couple of chords and encouraging me to keep at it, you know, when I was at that sort of young age, about 15, 16, when I started playing. And just remember being a little bit older and that. Then Brendan's a few years older than me, his son, like, but would have been in and out of Kelly's and Madden's, you know, listening to him every other week, and like down St. Kevin's Hall for it was flat, and I remember he done a big gig in there once. He used to do it every
played in there about 4 times with the flute bands in Kevin's Hall, so did, like. But Aileen, who used to run Daisy Riley's, used to run the bar, and it's what she did, like. She's fucking robbing bastard, charging $250 for a tenor harp. She was like, fuck's sake.
You pay at 9, no problem.
What?
$250.
Oh, I know.
All right, man.
Definitely. So what age were you when you first sort of got the first guitar? What sort of, like, when you first sort of started playing the chords? About 15, yeah, right?
Yeah.
And would it have been sort of like obviously a lot of people always talk about Oasis and all. I mean, they go old school. Listen, I picked up the Oasis songbook, and obviously that was the easiest. So like Wonderwall and all was the first sort of songs I learned. Like, so it was.
That's actually sort of part of my own story as well, mate.
Sorry, mate. I've just been disturbed here by getting my cup of tea. Yes, sorry, mate. I need it so now. I mean, where are you? There. Good man yourself.
No buns?
No, thank you. Staying off the buns, still off them, so I'm alright. Cheers. See, this is live for you, mate. So it is. No, you wouldn't see us here on the Two Johnnies podcast. You wouldn't getting a cup of tea stuck to the back of the curtain. So yes, mate. Sorry, you're talking about the Oasis songbook and stuff.
Better no cup of tea through the back of the curtain, Rory. Look at it like that.
Definitely, indeed, mate. I thought I wasn't getting one next. There was nobody in when I came in early on there, so I wasn't.
No, I'd actually, to be honest, now, full disclosure, like I learned a lot out of an Oasis songbook as well, to be quite honest. Like, you know, I'm a massive Oasis fan as well as the Rebel stuff. In fact, I have an Oasis tattoo on my arm. Like, so there you go. So did you manage to get tickets for their tour? I did. Are you serious? Did you? 3 other people, thank God. How much did you pay for them? You know, got them face value, but just good friends, thankfully. Like, so basically, we were sitting, you know, and tried to get on the pre-sale along with everybody else and their uncle, like, and didn't get anywhere near it. But luckily, Tracy's cousin and my mate John got on it. So John rung me and says, "Look, 2 tickets to Manchester. Do you want them?" I was like, "Absolutely, fucking take them." Oh, brilliant! Like, you know. And then, especially Manchester as well. Be some gigs, so like some crack. Phenomenal. And then Tracy's cousin got us 2 tickets to Dublin, so couldn't ask for anymore. But so me and Tracy tried to go on the sale the next day, you know, because I know a few people didn't get them, but we didn't get anywhere near it. I think we were something like 600, 400,000 in the queue or something. Like, it was some crazy mad number we had out. Like, there's no hope whatsoever, you know. So thank God for other people, really, with. So we're talking about Cruncher, but obviously other musicians ways. So who else sort of would you sort of take your sort of style from? Or what other sort of musicians growing up would you have thought, like, I love them, I like them, I like what he's doing or whatever? Or yeah, I think we're quite lucky in this genre, especially. You know, we do have some amazing songwriters like Jerry Glack and obviously Brian Warfield, Paddy McGuigan, Christy Moore, etc. The list goes on. But in terms of my favourite artists, like, in the genre, would be obviously Crunchers. It's probably a giveaway. Gary Ogue, love the Irish Brigade and the Wolf Tones again, obviously. Absolutely love what Kieran Davenport does. I think he can play about 900 instruments anytime I talk to him, like, you know, bazookies and all. Shay Doolan's just, there's no one like Shay at the minute. Chris Carney's fantastic, Emer. All these people are doing some great stuff at the minute. Yeah, definitely. So you talked earlier on there just about, obviously, you're based in Galway. So how long have you been there then? So did you get married up here, or did you go away and get married, or what? Or what's the crack? What? We went away and got married, so we eloped to the Dominican Republic and got married there. That's where we went on our honeymoon too. So did Dominican Republic. Was it I? Was I? We actually had our first fight, literally, of the honeymoon. Literally 2 minutes after getting into the hotel. It was like, see the hotel we were in. It was one of them. It was like adults only one. So there's no kids and all that, whatever. So and each hotel now,
they're all like gated communities in places. Obviously, Dominican Republic, it's like a third world country. Like, so you go into all these hotels and they have the big armed guards at the gates. And we got threw our bags in and said we'll take a wee down to like their own personal beach. And I had like flip flops on, and we're thinking like, oh, it's first night and all the honeymoon, whatever. And I took my flip flops off to go and like just walk on the seat or the sand with my feet, and I just started clipping the two flip flops together, and all the sand just fucking Laura's face all down the front of her. And as I say, I wasn't in the good books the first 10 minutes of landing on our honeymoon, like, so I wasn't. But there you go. So you met each other in Santa Ponsa then, aye? We
were in Santa Ponsa 15 years ago this year. We're married 3 years this year, and I moved to Galway 2 years ago. Coming on to 2 years ago, like, so I've just went down here a wee bit, really.
So what do you think of living in Galway? Like, how's the
it's a lot calmer in Belfast, but I know it's
in
good.
Belfast or than Belfast?
Well, it's a lot calmer than Belfast.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Definitely, it's quieter sort of pace and all that. No, but it's a really nice place. Definitely one of the best parts of Ireland. Like, and I know a few people, have been down for weekends just like don't want to leave. Like the pubs, the restaurants are dynamite. Like, it's just a cracker place.
Yeah, it's one place I've never been to, so it isn't like the same.
What?
10 minutes? Well, I never know why. But obviously, you were saying like Santa Ponsa, it's your favourite place to go. Obviously, I would love to get there more, but obviously, I having kids and stuff and whatever, they have to take priority on a family holiday. Like, but so like, are you any plans to get over and play over there anywhere, whatever, or any opportunities to get gigs in Santa Ponsa? Or
I have a few actually. So basically, me and her were going over for a week at the end of May anyway, and I was just chatting to Harry up in the Southwell. Like, that's a bar I've been getting into with my mates now since I was about 17 or 18. Just great. Harry's a really great guy, and almost the entirety of the time I've been going over, that me and Tracy's been going out and stuff. Carl Burns obviously been another resident singer in the Southwell, and loads of great memories. For a really good guy, like, so. And just before going to Santa Ponsa, I'll be playing here in Glasgow in a few weeks over Paddy's, and I'll be sharing the stage with Carl and for Drum Chapel CSE after the game. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a wee bit surreal, like, sharing a stage with somebody I've been watching, listening to 14, 15 years on holiday, and then obviously going over to Ponsa at the end of May, around the cup.
Whenever you see Carl over in Glasgow, you can tell him now you did come on the show, because Carl agreed to come on the show last year or 2 years ago, right. And then he phoned me and basically was scared out of it because another musician from Glasgow warned him off it and told him I would get him on the show and make a fool out of him. So you can tell him I come on Rose show and he didn't make a fool out of me. Well, there you go.
No problem. I'll tell
Carl knows this here. I told him off myself. Like, I just want to make a wee point there when you said that.
Like, I'll be taking a run over in May. Like I say, the last week of May, just the cup final, and also a few days, just want to go around all the bars, listen to all the other musicians and stuff. And I just sort of chanced the arm and I said to Harry, look, I chance a few gigs. The last few days, I'm holiday. Just said, all right, I'll take you on. Fair play to him. And I know the few days forward around the cup final, he's put on Charlie and the Boys and Carl, so that's going to be, can't wait to get a listen to that. And
May always have them over, like, it's massive. So there's like, we'll play over there.
Well, I think the 1 year we didn't go over around that time was the year that done the convention. I think we went over the year before and the year after, but didn't go over the year of the convention. I've always regretted that, like,
But I just talking about the Southwell. I love it. It's just, see, you go in, and Harry's just like, he just walks around. He's like, and he's like, he has the respect of a king. Like, I mean, when he's walking around there, like, and I think it was one night we went in, he must have had like 6 birthday cakes. One night he brought these over for this crowd. The next time he came out, and I think Carl sung "Happy Birthday" 6 times. So he did. So he's and you're going to fair play, mate. Because obviously he knows all these people. I mean, they come over every year, and it's just all the regulars, and that's the bar they drink them when they're there. Like, so it's we legend is. So he's like fair play to him.
100%. He sort of makes it home away from home, like, just somewhere, like I say, with my mates, and then obviously meeting Tracy and her mates and just it's just so many memories in the place. But that particular bar especially, and the old Shamrock, and there's just so many memories in the place, and even more so the nights I can't remember. Do you know what I mean? There's no place like
there's a lot more. So there. Speaking of Galway, so tell me this: what sort of is there much of a rebel scene in Galway, like, at all?
You know what? It's a small rebel scene in the sense that there's 2 CSCs in Galway, and I've sort of done some good stuff with both of them. I mean, so you'd have the Liam Mellows CSC. They gave me my first rebel gig down here for a play. The Long West Man I'm sitting here with, actually, Simon and Tom and stuff. They'd give me a shot at Rebel West. So got the opportunity to share a stage with, Spirit of Freedom, Shay Doolan, Krista Coyle, Richie Prendergast, and Liam Gardner. So that was a really good experience, cracker weekend, and absolutely unreal. And I've had a lot of good nights in with the Galway Celtic Supporters Club and McGinn's, and absolutely love playing for McGinn's. Had some great nights in there, and most recently even was the other week, for the Bayern game. Just obviously, as you know yourself, absolute heartbreaker. Just went to the absolute last kick. But even the cup final there just before Christmas, we had a good crack at it. Simon, my mate there, he'd brought down. Can't really see it there just behind me, but he's a replica of the trophy and stuff. So brought that down. It was going around the bar and some crack, Had a couple of great nights.
But I suppose you're probably limited then to what sort of gigs you can get, but sort of in Galway then, for the stuff you want to do, you would say,
there's a few rebel bars, but it's sort of, so you'd have those two I mentioned, the two CSCs. There's another bar in Lochray, the other Triangle. There's a lot of rebel and stuff, and they'll let me play whatever I want, and they've he's different Borons. He's Borons and all, the Hunger Strikers and different stuff. So he loves the rebel too. But generally speaking, Galway isn't a huge rebel city. I think that's sort of common knowledge. So it's probably a bit, from my own perspective, just starting off December before last, it's probably a tricky place to start off. And that's why I sort of travel about a lot as much as I can at weekends, to gig as much as I can, get as much experience as I can, and just try and enjoy it above all else, And like I was saying the other day, I would love to at some point have played in all 32 counties. So far, thank God, I've managed to hit 14 with 2 more to come in Derry and Kilkenny in the next few weeks. So it's be half the job. So I would love to hit all 32, hopefully.
So what are you playing in Derry and Kilkenny?
Derry will be, actually just forget the name of the bar. I was talking to Gavin earlier about it. The name it just escapes me. Possibly Bishops on the Sunday. And in Kilkenny, I'm playing in a place called Lanigan's.
Right, okay.
So I'm looking forward to that anyway.
I think Stefan's played there a couple of times, has he? There Lanigan's,
has he?
Because as far as in Kilkenny, they're sorry, I'm thinking Letterkenny, so it's Kilkenny. Sorry,
Kilkenny,
sorry, I'm thinking Letterkenny.
There
seems to be a massive big sort of Celtic sort of crowd in Kilkenny as well. I mean, a lot of supporters clubs and all. So there's so it should probably be a good gig for you.
It's a good crack. Looking forward to it.
So we're obviously. We've been getting the guests on now. We've been asking them all night, maybe through the set or the interview, to do a live song for us. So,
yes,
obviously you're going to do one for us tonight. So hopefully tonight, the sound will be a bit better than Shay's last week. I say obviously just with doing the interview with his phone, it didn't pick up too well. So hopefully tonight will be a bit better. So what song are you going to do for us? Fingers
crossed, mate. So the song I decided to do was a song I'd like to dedicate it first and foremost to Brendan Bick McFarlane. It's a song he really made his own, and most of the people I spoke to, I think most of us for the longest time thought Bick wrote the song. It's a song, Terrorist or Dreamer, but the song's actually written by Mick Hanley of Moving Hearts, a songwriter in Limerick, and sort of takes a look at the men and women in 1916, right through the Anglo-Irish Treaty, 1921, through the modern day and how they've been treated by the establishment. It's a powerful song, and it's certainly a song that Bick absolutely made his own. So hopefully some sort of justice, fingers crossed.
Take it away then.
Cheers.
So this is live here, folks, with a Rebel World podcast with Ram McDermott is going to do Terrace or Dreamer for us live from County Galway.
It's coming through all right, the guitar, Rory, aye? You're a guitar okay, mate?
Yeah, I can hear it. So hopefully it's a wee bit of feedback there, but hopefully it'll come up. Go ahead. So
turn down again a wee bit. Any better?
I think that sounds better now. Go ahead, man.
Good man. Cheers. In Sackville Street, the curfew drove the restless out of sight. Blackened suns marched up and down, the moon shone cold and bright. The shot was like a whip crack, took the first man off his feet. He died on bloody cobblestones while his comrades combed the streets. They called up the reinforcements, dragging people from their beds. They were screaming, "Get that bastard!" It was fear in their heads. They found him in a cellar. He was only 17, fighting for his country, dying for the green. The sergeant took him by the head and beat him to the ground. Into this young man's body
he emptied every round. Come and take a look, he cried, as he marched the troops away. They came in stony silence, such a price to have to pay. Some knelt and prayed beside him, but it's too late anyhow. They said he's a rebel then, but he's a hero now. In 66 this country sang the praises of the dead. We didn't call them rebels and we used patriot instead. On every household TV screen we saw how hard they fought, how they spilled their lifeblood, how freedom had been bought. The garden gates were opened to silent motorcades. The cannons boomed, the flags unfurled, the solemn reeds were laid. Prayers for those departed were called for loud and clear. For those who had been outlawed, it was just another year. Veterans lined up stiff and proud, their white hair in the wind, pride pinned to their gabardines and their thoughts upon their friends. Bitter wounds burst open, and the scars of history were flung into our faces in stark reality. Just up the road from Sackville Street, things are different now. They said he was a rebel then, but he's a hero now. Along the falls the soldiers push, glancing left and right. Kids of the English working class, soldiers overnight, tossed into a melting pot of bitterness and strife, never understanding but fearing for their life. Outside the Glen Road Brewery, the bomb takes two away. The bomber's work is over, he's finished for the day. The terrorist or the dreamer, the savage or the brave, depends on whose boat you're trying to catch, whose face you're trying to see. There's tea and cake and Downing Street, whispers in the hall. Let's move the Curadesia, sure our backs are to the wall. They're panicking down in Leinster House, where words are seldom scarce. Send someone who has never been quick to remember Patrick Pierce. Once more his crucifixion, it all seems strange somehow. They said he was a rebel then, but he's a hero now. Once more his crucifixion, it all seems strange somehow. They said he was a rebel then, but he's a hero now.
Fair play there, mate. I was ran there, folks. McDermott with Tasha Dreamer. Brilliant. Fair play, Mucker.
Cheers, Rory. Thank you. Thanks for having me on the show, mate.
Not a problem. So obviously, moving on. So you've been sort of technically really on the road over a year now, so you have, right?
Yep.
You've managed to pick up some, say, very good sort of gigs along the way. I mean, talking about, like, obviously the Rock Bar, like me and Rebel Sundays night, Potter Brown's in Dublin, trips to Glasgow. A lot of gigs that some guys have been on the scene for years now that, like, haven't even been able to sort of get on their sort of their gig list. So I mean, I think so for a few other maybe acts in your position, like maybe they're only put on the road so long, might not have sort of maybe the balls or the confidence to do any kind of gigs. Like, I mean, how did you sort of get those type of gigs, and how do you think the went for you? Like them sort of. Obviously, I mean, when say Potter Brown's isn't a massive bar, the Rock Bar, of course, isn't a massive bar, but it's more the thing of getting those, because they're two such established rebel pubs to play in, like, so they are.
Absolutely. No, that's a fair comment. No, I was very lucky, like, you know, to do both of those pubs, to do Rebel Sunday in the Rock and do Potter Brown's, and my debut year was phenomenal, like, and absolutely loved both those gigs and was very grateful for them. In terms of how they came about, Paul Skillen contacted me in the Rock, just phone went, one day, said, "Do you fancy playing the Rock?" I was like, "Of course, no problem, anytime, night or day," like, you know, and it was great crack. And then Potter Brown's was much the same, basically. I put a post on my Facebook, just there was a few days over sort of the last week of Christmas I was trying to fill, Rory, and the last of those days was Monday the 30th of December, just before I was heading to Glasgow the last time, and Aidan got on to me from Potter Brown's, said, "Here, do you fancy it?" I was like, "Absolutely, night or day, I'll be there, no problem." So it was just sort of, they contacted me, thank God, and I was very grateful for that, especially given what you've just said, you know, or some established acts who maybe haven't had those particular two gigs.
Yeah.
So
how did you find, like, both of the, obviously with the Rock Bar being obviously middle of the Falls Road, the Rock Bar, Rebel Sundays being just like the daddy of them all, the same, I mean, for Rebel gigs, like, how do you sort of find the difference between the sort of crowd in there and obviously the crowd in Dublin being like in Potters, like?
Well, yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it was sort of, because one was a Rebel Sunday and then the other one was a Monday, it was the last gig of the year and it was the night before New Year's Eve. I think in Potters there was maybe 30, 40 people in, so it was sort of quietish. So just done a lot of slower ballads, you know, whereas in the Rock it was a bit livelier. I played, you know, slightly livelier songs. It just depends, you know, on the room you're in, what sort of songs you play, like, you know, and that's sort of how I read that. So in terms of how those two gigs, that's how they were different. And I think that's just the way it fell with football, and, you know, given that, you know, it's a big difference between a Sunday and a Monday anywhere in the world.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
so
definitely.
I really enjoyed them, but in terms of the Rock, it was nerve-wracking, like, and then there had to do Rebel Sunday, and our Marty Higgin was asking me, you know, he said, "Are you nervous?" I was like, "No, not at all," but I was absolutely shitting myself, like, to be honest.
Mate,
but just like,
bullshit.
You have to just go and do it. No, of course it was.
Definitely.
Rebel Sunday in the Rock. I'm from Belfast. I've moved away. I've come back. It's my debut year. And I was nervous. Of course I was nervous, like, but I really enjoyed it. I had a great crowd that night. Thank God, a few friendly faces, and it went okay, thank God. Like, so
yeah. You were talking there about Glasgow as well. So this is be your second time going over to play, is it? So what's is it? Okay. So you're over for St. Patrick's weekend. So where are you playing? How long you over for? What's the crack?
Yeah, so I'm trying to think. So Glasgow, went over in April, went over again in September, went over New Year's, and this will be the fourth time. I'm trying to work it out there. I will be playing in two of my favourites, be Malone's and Murphy's, over two phenomenal venues. Just great crack, great crowd every time, and I will be making a debut in the 32 counties, which straight after the game, which I'm really looking forward to. And and also for the Drum Chapel CSC, what Carlos had mentioned, I'm really looking forward to those two as well. You know, can't wait. Just really, really, really looking forward to it. I have a ticket to the match as well. Thank God, one of the guys down here sorted me out as well.
Oh, great.
The guys, this man here I'm sitting with is travelling over as well, so got a few pints in, go to a few gigs and all. The gigs I'm doing, rather, you know, I'll find a time.
So what are you over for? A few days, couple of days, or what's it, all weekend? Or
I'm going over from Saturday to Tuesday, so
brilliant, sweet.
Landing Saturday, doing a gig, basically went about an hour and a half of getting there, and then going on the rip basically the rest of the evening. Then obviously next day's game day, like, you know, so just get up, get a good breakfast, down to Parkhead, do a business, and up to 32 counties and Drum Chapel, and then next day's Paddy's Day, be Murphy's and Malone's. But no, I love playing over, and the last time I was over, I got to play in the Tall Cranes. It was a good wee trip going over with Toby and Kieran as well. Toby, Mac, and Kieran, Mac. It's a good crack. Shared a room with Toby the first night. He ended up booking in our rooms because apparently I snore a good bit when I've had a few scoops. Like, so sorry about that, Toby. But the night we were sharing a room, we had the guitars out. We're having with a few pints in us, and we had the guitars out. We're sort of swapping ideas. It was good conversation. just bouncing off
See,
the floor.
there's a twist to that there, because he's saying that he had to get another room because you were snoring. But we shared a cabin and a boat going over to Birmingham, or Liverpool, and he was fucking snoring all night. He was the first one asleep, so he was, and he was funny. The wall of the ship was vibrating, so it was. So you see, there you go. That's
karma.
I mean, we didn't go and get in our cabin, so did I? I mean, I had bloody Kev O'D up there farting above my bed. I was laying there, and Toby across the yard, he said, and a wee cabin probably the size of this room. So it was, but yeah, it's good camaraderie, good crack. So it was.
I know the crack's unreal in them trips. Like I was glad to over do that. You know, because we had a few. For sure, like with one gig where we all crossed paths in the tall cranes. You know, we had a few drinks, and a few of my mates' family had come over and stuff, like, because his dad's from Govan originally, like, but they're living up on the Cliftonville now. You know, and so I'd met with a few of them ones. You know, I'd been sort of, you know, I'd always go into the tall cranes. You know, whenever I could, you know, going over the games years ago and all. But I'd one of the best nights of my life. Me and Tracy and a few of my mates, like when we went to the Celtic Barcelona game, we were in the tall cranes before and after it. And I think there may or may not have been a lock in after, but the crack was unreal. And then after the match, I remember went up to the old Birds Bar up at Gallagher. I think I closed down a bit, maybe 4 or 5 months after that. But the crack was unreal that night. My God, I'll never forget it so long to live, honestly.
Aye, madness. So let's see. You were actually saying your plan was to record that set in the Rock at night, so it was, but obviously something fell through with a guy, your technician or something, whatever. But so have you any plans like to go in actually in the recording studio? I know you did record that Kneecap song, you did. So you want to do an album or anything, or what's the plans? Or
yeah, there's a couple of wee ideas in the pipeline. Like, so basically, whenever I done Rebel Sunday, I get chatting to Daggy, and we said, you know, we sort of said we'll do a song together. Because, you know, we done that cracker version of Celtic Symphony with Bo Lochran, and sort of said he wants to take Rebel and basically put a twist on it. And we're sort of, the song I originally wanted to do with Daggy, my first choice was to do the Black 47 version of James Connolly's Irish Citizen Army. If you've heard that, you know, the one that has the sort of poetry in the middle and stuff.
Yeah.
Phenomenal version. Folks, anyone hasn't listened to it, get a listen to it. It's a great song, great version of it. I wanted to do that, and he just said, you know what, Ren, I hadn't heard that version of that song, but Bo Lochran messaged me 2 days ago and said that's the next one he wants to do. So Bo had already put the marker down, so I couldn't do that one. Then I was just thinking, I said, you know what, if we're going to do a quirky cover, we'll do something that hasn't been covered, and that's how I landed in Kneecap, Get Your Brits Out. And Daggy's just, as he sent it to me last night, and I just sent it to you about an hour later, and I was on my way back from Simon's house here, setting up the mic and off the night. Daggy's a genius, like. So I'm actually meeting him this Sunday to do another few songs anyway, so where it goes down the same road or what direction we'll go, God knows, we'll see. But also, I'm hoping to do an album possibly with Stick Stock up in Strabane. I'd messaged him too, and it turns out he's basically grew up with a load of my cousins on that side. My dad, God rest him, would be from Strabane originally, so it turns out a load of my older cousins like sort of run about with Sticks. I'd love to do an album. MC's obviously so well regarded in the scene. He's done some fantastic stuff for many artists.
Obviously, you're talking there about Kieran Davenport playing so many instruments, but like, I think like Sticks must be able to. Is there not an instrument that he can't play? I think. I mean, he's literally like, I know because Kev O'D on his album in there, so did Liam McDonald, and Marty McGuinness and Quay Daly. They're all recorded albums with Sticks, like, and I think he played a lot of instruments, bass and all, mandolin and all their albums as well, like, so.
Unreal.
Yeah, so hopefully you can get in there with him.
I really hope so. Like, he seems like he's just so well respected and so versatile in terms of the amount of instruments he can play. It would just be a great experience to do that. And obviously, I love the music. You know, I think you touched on that last week. You know, when you're talking to Shay, like, you know, I mean, years come by. You know, an artist would probably, you know, be able to. Some of the bigger artists probably still can, like, you know, but for most people like myself and more middle of the road sort of rebel artists, if you like, aren't superstars like Shay, Emer, etc. There's no money to be made in CDs. You're putting money out of your own pocket. You'll never see it.
Yeah.
Purely for a love of music, purely for a love of the genre. And I mean, even I remember I went down a rabbit hole one night talking to Sam, and there were like a girl that messaged me on my TikTok when I done the cover of David Rovich up the Provost about Francis. Basically said, you know, Francis is in their family and stuff. And she was asking me a question. She said, "There's this song we've been trying to track down for years, Rand." She was saying, like, you know, when we heard it in a tape years ago, me and my mum have been trying to find it, and we can't find it. And we're trying to remember the song, and she said, we think it was covered by the Wolf Tones, but it was basically about a soldier who was wounded and was going to see a picture in the wall of Francis towards the end. I was like, right, I didn't know what the song was. I'll hold my hands up. But it's actually Simon there had the answer. It was a volunteer by the Irish Brigade. But I'd been messaging Kieran Warfield and stuff, no trying to, because whenever she said it made it be Wolf Tones, that covered it.
Covered it.
Either. But then we went down this rabbit hole, like, and when I was talking to Brenton as well, and you think how many songs might have been lost down the years, you know, like from the old cassettes and CDs. I mean, even was chatting to Brent about his dad's album, Crunchers Inextricably Linked, and that's the song I picked for later. Like, I don't think that was on any streaming platforms. Fair play to big lad. He took time out of his day, to put it up.
Yeah, that's probably why I couldn't find it, because when you sent it to me, and I was like, I've never even heard that album. Didn't know Cruncher Done live album. And like, see, happy days. He said, so glad now that he has this album, because I was driving to Katie there back and forth, and I had it on the whole way in the lorry, the Katie, and listened to the whole album. It's brilliant. It's such Cruncher and his prime, like phenomenal. So it is, like
100%. And I mean, I think the cover of it's class as well. I don't know if he uploaded the picture of it, but sort of it's Crunchers. I don't know how this picture came about. Like, yeah,
it's like two dogs or something in a cage. So it is, like it's Cruncher with a shaved head. So it is. And then, like, I don't know what the two dogs are doing in the back. It's two dogs. It says Tara O'Neill absolutely live in Derry and Belfast. So it must be 2 gigs put together. So it is the album, whatever. Like,
it wasn't me. So I know from talking to Cruncher years ago on Brent, like, it's part of the album was recorded in Madden's, and part of it was recorded in Sandino's.
Legendary gig in Derry. So it is. Like, definitely.
Other stuff like tapes and all. Even my mate there, he was saying, like, his dad, there's an attic filled up there. His mum and dad live next door in the other house. Like, attic filled with tapes and cassettes, and God knows what's there that maybe isn't on.
What's on it? Yeah.
So that's why Brent, fair play to me, decided to upload that. And I mean, there's this song Cruncher done years ago. I don't know if you remember this, Ro, but like, it was a song about Che Guevara.
Yeah, mate. There's a video of it. I think it's actually he's in Cambodia. He's in. You see the video? Basically with him, the guy, and it's just acoustic, or is it nothing? It's just basically the guy with the bow on, and it's just see if it was better quality, because basically you can hear the wind and all in the background, whatever. But it is just it's phenomenal. Like, and just see him sing that song. It's coming off like all, and it's brilliant. It's like this.
It's unreal.
Class version. I've played it on the show loads of times, so I have. Brilliant version of that song. Like,
the thing about Cruncher stuff, like, and it's a real shame. I think I said that in a voice note the other day as well. It's like, I think Cruncher in his prime, there aren't so many high quality video. Like, even the song that I did want to play, it's just Cruncher in his absolute prime. But it's like, most of them look like they're recorded for a baked potato. Just so
the quality is shit. But I think whenever Cruncher was in his pump and his prime, maybe there might be a few videos that recorded with a video camera or something. But then I'll say there was no mobile phones or nothing. So like, maybe it's just a shame. I mean, because there isn't that many great videos of him. I mean, but the good thing is that he's lots of stuff recorded, which is great. I mean, he's recorded countless albums and singles and whatever, like, which is great. We'll go bring up next year. Obviously, I think it's very for me. It's very important. You're very, very active on social media, so you are. I think obviously for
by default,
an act coming up. I mean, on the scene, trying to get a sort of their face known and their music known. So it is. And I think for me, a lot of the older sort of old heads or more established sort of singers in the scene don't use it enough. I mean, whatever. And the way they sort of say, I've never had it before. Don't need it now, but I think a lot of them sort of maybe do need to get on it now and at least have a bit of social media presence. I mean, or do you think that's like you need to be sort of really out there? Like, I mean, on being, if you want to do this here to get your name across, you need to be out on social media. Like,
I think starting off, absolutely. Like, I mean, and fair play, I actually have to give a special mention to my wife. Fair play there. My official videographer, should go to some of my gigs, take a few wee videos, not keep my TikTok ticking over, pun not intended, for the next wee bit and so forth. Like, fair play there. Like, she's supported me in this from day one, especially been out of the house every weekend, traveling up and down the country and across to Scotland. Like, can't thank her enough for that. But like, but in terms of established acts, I mean, I suppose the question, do they need it in the sense of like, years ago, used to be word of mouth, phone numbers, etc. There was life before Facebook and obviously music before Facebook and so forth. But now I think for anybody coming through, like myself, Toby, and a few others, especially some of the younger singers as well, social media is absolutely essential. Especially younger people are just on it. Especially people, teens, early 20s, mid 20s, so forth, would always be on it. And it's something I've tried to sort of use to try and, sort of further myself, try and get some gigs and just get experience. Like, excuse me. I absolutely accept. I'm still very much getting experience in this game, like, and I'm enjoying it. Like, I mean, I think I'm now about 15 months at it, and I absolutely love it now. Like, I think the first 6 months were sort of nerve wracking. And after that, I think whenever I played, I'm sure you were a happy man the day I won the Irish Cup final. But when I was playing,
I'll be supporting the Glens this Sunday, so all my heart. So I'll say it.
breaking my heart there, Rory.
Mate,
You're breaking my
listen, if it was the buddy, the knee breakers arms playing Cliftonville, I'd be supporting the knee breakers. So it would be this Sunday. It's just I just hate Cliftonville. I hold my hands up. I hate Cliftonville. I hate their fans. I hate the whole club. It's just my personal choice. So you can bash me all you just want, but it's just a personal thing. Not that there's a vendetta. Do you remember you said to me? I told you I get through out of solitude. You're like, oh, there must be a story behind it there. How did you manage to get through out of solitude?
How do you get through out of solitude, Rory? I mean,
well, technically, I didn't get through. Technically, I didn't get through it, but I got basically through over to the away end. So what I was seeing whenever DC was going well and they were in like the Premiership and all whatever. So I was doing like I used to do all like the match announcements and all and stuff, and like read the teams out and all whatever. And I actually used to do an article every week in the Anley Town News. So it was called like Man the Stands. So actually the AFA gave me a press pass and all. So basically I got to go and get like all the press boxes and all whatever and stuff and all the grounds basically to watch the games. And I'd be sitting there on my laptop and all whatever and stuff. So as a guy who used to play for DC, Tull, is it Kieran Tully as we call him? But yeah, so then he went to Cliftonville, of course, like being like and like Daniel Lansdowne as well went to Cliftonville from DC. So we were playing them one day over in Solitude, and he dived like he couldn't do more blatant dive in the box over a penalty. Like, I mean, he twisted and all, and done 3 or 4 somersaults, and was that arsehole Raymond Krangle was the referee? See, wasn't it? And it worse, Raymond Krangle.
I'll agree with that comment. Like Raymond Krangle. What? Raymond Krangle is an arsehole. Like, I'll agree with that.
So anyway, I think every league fans in the league will agree with that, like whatever. Even though he's a fellow London man from just down the street, like, but sure, I'll not hold that against him. But yeah, so he gave him the penalty. So and I think for a minute forgot where I was, that he was standing in the main home stand, whatever, front of all the Cliftonville press team and all the supporters there. And I was just like, yeah, told you, scumbag, Dave. And everybody was all looking at me, and I think, well, like, the next thing before I knew it, there was 4 stewards around my neck, grabbed me by a throat, grabbed me, and so literally everybody seen this happen. So what they done was they pretty escorted me right down past the old wooden stand thing or whatever, like, and literally between the whole old stand and the whole home stand, everybody was like, you fat bastard. And I think even a lot of the DC fans were all joined in as well. So they were I think they had some, because I was getting like free tickets to the games and all, they obviously had that as like, no, I don't know. But yeah, so they sent me down to the home end, and but that day, actually DC ended up winning the match 2-1, so that, I think that was the only time they ever beat Cliftonville, so it was, and it was at home, so it was. But that's the story of how I got through the solitude. So I did tell you I was going to tell you, but yeah. So I'll be supporting Glentoran anyway this Sunday. So well, sorry, mate.
That's okay. You should be sorry. You should be sorry.
And just we didn't mention earlier on there, but we were talking about Cruncher, and I will stay claim him. He's a Westie, so he has an only go keep going. He's not. Listen, mate. Listen. I told me himself when I sat down and interviewed him, and he said, listen, I was asking about the new lodge and the only altar flute band in North Belfast. He said, listen, I have to hold my hands up now. He says, I'm a born and bred Westie. He says, and my mates over here at the hall, they don't let me forget it. He says, anytime I'm in a pub or an argument comes up about somebody in the street in the new lodge or North Belfast, and they go, listen, you, don't you put in your oar in. You don't have a say here because you're a Westie. You aren't a Northie, okay? And he says, I might be basically been born and raised here, raised in the new lodge, but I'm a Westie. So we'll have to claim him. I mean, if anybody, we're going to claim Kerry O'Neill.
I still don't accept that, Rory. Like, I mean, say, for argument's sake, say he was born in Zimbabwe, we would say he's Zimbabwean, or we would say he's Irish. Like, you know what I mean? He's from North Belfast, man.
Oh.
And we're going to, our couple of teams for a play.
What is it?
Song. The Merry Wallopers, and it's cauliflower oil and the orange juice. They do another song.
It's a theme song again.
Singing in the bar, and the guards rated it, and it's more like Republican because they're running down the guard. This is just an only folk song.
Right.
But
okay.
It's a comedy one,
Well, that's the song I always play at the start of the show. So it is. So my dad decided to do this here just in the middle of doing the live interview. Like,
sorry.
Yes, see?
Couldn't wait.
I come down the stairs in 10 minutes time, like, but I'll just do it there, like.
The thing with social media, mate, so he couldn't send you the comment maybe on YouTube, he had to go up and say it. It's even come back to the older singers, I mean, I think social media now for any singer starting off, it's like sort of content, don't get your name, your face out there, but ultimately it comes down, you have to go in and do the gig, do it well, and give people a good night, and hopefully, please God, I've been doing that, and hopefully I'll continue to for many years. Absolutely love the game.
So you said out on there, obviously you're wanting to do like a whole 32 sort of. So is there anything else, like obviously you're only been young in the scene, you've only sort of started, but any other sort of places like a bar you want to play in, or a gig you want to do, or something like whatever?
Well, you know what? I would love to get out to Lanzarote, the Bar 67. At some point in my life, that'd be an amazing gig, I would say, and then you've like the Bishops of Craig and in Derry, our bar in Cork, our great rebel bars. Are so many, there's a few more bars in Glasgow. I would absolutely like I'm saying, it's like an absolute wish list. Most of these may never most likely never happen, But I mean, I would absolutely, I think any rebel singer would absolutely love to play the Brazen Head, over in Glasgow.
Yeah, definitely one of those bucket list gigs. So this.
So
listen, before I let you go, mate, listen again, Ryan, thanks so much for coming on, mate. Brilliant. As always, cheers, Mucker. So what we're always doing now, obviously, we're getting the singers to do a live song, and then at the end, we want you to pick one, basically a song that either means something to you, or it's sort of it's a song you like, or whatever. So what song have you picked then to play tonight?
Yeah, so the song I picked was Four Green Fields by Cruncher. It was off that live album, Inextricably Linked, that we were chatting about earlier. The other version I picked the first time, sort of, we were saying, Scoots Cruncher wasn't the best video sound quality, for a live stream. So
yeah.
Hopefully, the fact that Brendan, fair play to him again, has took time out of his day to, to upload the album. Excuse me, to upload the album. Even like to yourself, we are in depth knowledge of this genre, this music. Didn't even know about that album. Hopefully, it'll give a few other people an insight into this album, and then go and listen to it and appreciate Cruncher in his prime. So that's a song I've chosen. That's why.
Right, so this is Four Green Fields by the legendary Terry Cruncher, folks. And the album is now live on YouTube. You can go check it out. It's called Inextricably Linked. And basically the video is what only described as two dogs going at it in a cage, it looks like, in the background, with Cruncher with his shaved head. I think it was one of the days he was doing his Polly on the Road play for Christy Moore. But listen, Ryan McDermott, thank you very much, mate. Cheers for coming on. Man. And listen, enjoy your gigs over in Glasgow for St. Paddy's weekend. Be good crack.
Thanks so much, mate. Hopefully do something again in the future. Just before I go, thanks for all the gigs you got me in the first year starting off and all. Massive help. Really appreciate that, mate. Cheers.
Not a problem, mate. Okay, talk to you, Mother. Cheers. Good luck. So you got was Ryan McDermott joining us live from County Galway tonight, folks. So that's our fourth guest on the show so far. So next week we're going to be joined by Sean McCafferty live from Derry. So here is the song that Ryan's picked tonight, and it is from Cruncher's live album, live in Derry in Belfast, called Inextricably Linked, and this is Four Green Fields.
What did I have to the fine old woman? What did I have this proud old woman that said I had 4 green fields, each one was a jewel, strangers came, they tried to take it from me. I had 5 strong sons, they fought to save my jewels, they fought and they died, and that was my grief, said she. Long time ago, said a fine old woman. Long time ago, this bright old woman that said there was war on there, London and killing, white people starved, by mountain, valley, and sea. Under wailing cry, they reach the very heavens, and my four green fields run red with their blood, said she. What have I now to the fine old woman? What have I now? This proud old woman would say, I for green fields, one of them's in bondage in stranger sons that tried to take it from me. But my sons have had sons as brave as were their fathers, and my four green fields will bloom once again, said she.
Yeah, yep. Folks, there's Terry Crunch O'Neill from his album recorded live in Derry and Belfast. The album was called Inextricably... I'm going to get this here right, so Inextricably Linked. So check it out. The album is now live. I think we went on live there on YouTube a couple of days ago. So cheers to Cruncher's son for putting it up. I'm glad it's on there next to say I didn't know this album even existed. So it's there now. Phenomenal. I'm going to get there downloaded and get it in my laptop. So that is great. Happy days. So yeah, cheers to Ryan McDermott for coming on. Great interview. Brilliant. Braden Lanigan, yeah, top class version of that song. Thomas Corleone, Crooksy, what's the crack, mate? Cruncher was some man, set him up a few times during the Spring Hill days. Folks, see this man here? He's just come on. It's the first time I've seen him on the podcast. And I owe everything to this guy, honestly, from the DJ, and I wouldn't be sitting here doing this now, but the podcast and all the other stuff I've done, and all the weddings and all I've done, whatever and stuff, without him. Literally, way back in the day in the Sloans, whenever I used to hang around the DJ box every single week doing his head in, he let me stand up in the DJ box or whatever. And I remember the first night, we were in the Sloans when the DJ box was in the wee cubby hole, so it was, and I think it was a Friday night. I used to do the DJ there, and the Friday was like a sort of dancey rave night, so it was, and he had to rush out. I think something, I don't know, it was mother-in-law or something happened, and he had to rush out, and me and there was another guy there that was with me. He said, "Can you like DJ the rest of the night, whatever?" Like, and then it was the sort of CDs just first starting to come through, so they were, and he let us do the gig, like, and it was probably the worst DJ gig ever I had in my life, but that was where it all started off. So Crooksy, I'm going to say it, fair play to you, mucker. Thanks for everything. I know, like, I haven't seen you in donkeys, mucker. It's good to see you on, but I say you gave me my first crack at the whip DJing, so you did, and let me start and melt your head every week in the Sloans, and I owe honestly everything to you, mate. So cheers, fair play, mate, much appreciated. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to play this here song in a minute, Marty, as well. Could you please play Farewell to Blahy in memory of Oglach Dolores O'Neill, who was engaged to Thomas McElwee and was buried in Greenlock, South Derry on Saturday. Yes, I've seen the pictures out there up on the Blanket Men Women page there, so we're going to play it there. So just loads of people, yep, the same great interview for Ren. Ren, when will you be on OnlyFans? Let's see, Harry had saying she was wanting to know when will Toby be on the podcast. Toby was the very first guest, so 4 weeks ago, so we'll check it out. He was the first guest live in the show. He actually played what song did he do? Eric Citizen Army, the Gary Oak style version on the show. So our next guest is going to be next week, folks, and it's going to be all the way live from Derry. This man here from the Craigan, Sean McCafferty. Delighted that we having Sean live in the show. So it's going to be next Monday, the 10th of March, folks. So tune in for that one. Right, so next, maybe another 3 songs left. So what we're going to do next, of course, today is Maria Farrell's birthday. So it is. So we're going to play this one now, then we're going to do The Streets of Gibraltar, especially for Anthony Hart, who asked for it. We're going to do the Irish Brigade version, and then we're going to finish up with Farewell the Blackie, for the one Marty asked for. So the version we're going to play here is from Cara McCann of Maria Farrell. I love this version. This is from the Ernia Flute Band 20th anniversary CD. So obviously Cara was in the flute band with us for years, so she was actually played this song acoustic a few times when we were out in America in Cleveland for the St. Patrick's Weeks moment. As far as I know, Cara these days only doesn't do any rebel music at all. She just sticks to doing like weddings and funerals and all what she does. But Cara has a couple of songs on this album. She does this here one, and The Time Has Come as well. So this is Cara McCann, folks, with the ballad of Maria Farrell on today, Maria Farrell's birthday.
Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. Do not stand at my grave and cry while Ireland lives. I do not die. A woman's place is not at home. The fight for freedom still goes on. I took up my gun until freedom's day and pledged to fight for the IRA. In Armagh jail I spent my time. Strip searches were a British crime. Degraded me, but they could not see I'd suffer this to see Ireland free. Gibraltar was the place I died. McCann and Savage were by my side. I heard the order so loud and shrill of Thatcher's voice saying shoot to kill. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. Do not stand at my grave and cry while Ireland lives. I do not die while Ireland lives. I do not die.
That is the ballad of Maria Farrell there for you folks tonight, from Cara McCann from the Ernia Flute Band 20th anniversary CD all those years ago. Brilliant CD that is, but I have to say, like, that was an old school album of songs. Like every song the band played on was just rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls. And more the modern sort of flute band songs, more sort of big blood and thunder. But I think some people like that there. I mean, some people don't like it. They think it sounds too sort of loyalisty. I mean, they like the sort of old school rolls that we used to do back in the days. But to say your arms were killing you. It's all right doing the sort of the taps the way we do it now, but see, like when you're doing them constantly rolls for every single song, by the end of them parades, you were dead. Like especially them big heavy say drums as well. Back then they were heavy drums to carry, so they were back when that their album was made. So yep, there we go, folks. So yeah, today is Maria Farrell's birthday, so it is. So of course it's Rambo JP73's birthday as well today. He was born in the 3rd of the 3rd, 73. So it just goes to, what age are you anyway? So I was born in 79. So I was. So you're still for a bit older than me anyway, so you are. There we go. Happy birthday indeed, mate. Let's see. Who was going on there about the tea? Sai says, so Ro, have you changed the way you make your tea yet? Nope, haven't changed. Not going to change and will not be changing. I make my tea the way I make it, and that's it. And if you just don't like it, I don't really care. Like, I like the way I make my tea. So do. So that's just the way it is. But it was definitely some debate. I've stuck at that day on Facebook. I dare even stick out there on TikTok, because I think my phone would just be constantly going ding 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 with people just butting their oar in. So no. But that's the way my tea is, mate. Whether you like it or not. Tea bag in first, the milk in, and then the water on top of it. Just give it a good whoosh. And it all gets sort of the same in the end anyway. It does. I mean, whether you put in the bloody tea bag first, then the water, then the milk, or whatever, it doesn't really matter. It all tastes the same in the end. So it does. So, listen, Connor, don't be starting the shite. We've had this last week, so it did, right? Milk on last. Horses for courses. I mean, tomato, tomato, potato, potato, whatever you want. I don't care. I put the milk in first. So next we're going to do this one here for Marty, who asked for it. So there's just to be comment again there. He says, please play Farewell to Blahy in memory of Oglach Dolores O'Neill, who was engaged to Thomas McElwee and was buried in Greenlock, South Derry on Saturday. R.I.P. Dolores. So yes, this one is in memory of Dolores O'Neill. Is Farewell to Blahy, so it is. And the version we're going to play tonight is from the Druids, from their album Starry Play. And I just love Gary Lawler singing this song. There isn't a lot of people better on him than doing this here. So this is Farewell to Blahy from the Druids, and the shaman himself, Gary Lawler, especially in memory of Oglach Dolores O'Neill.
Farewell to Blahy, likewise Tamladov, and the green hills of Derry that I dearly love. My thoughts return to you from me dark hitch black cell. So friends and brave comrades, I bid you farewell. Through the hills of South Derry we marched and we drilled to exploits and action. All Irish you drilled, most feared men in Ulster, volunteers on the run. We gave England their answers from the barrels of our guns. Farewell to Blahy, likewise Tamladov, and the green hills of Derry that I dearly love. My thoughts return to you from me dark hitch black cell. So friends and brave comrades, I bid you farewell. Oh gallant South Derry, you're forever blessed in our struggle for freedom. given your best. There's yous and there's Bateson, Sheridan and there's Lee, inscribed with their names now. Brave Tom McElwee, farewell to Bellaghy. Likewise Tam Ladove and the green hills of Derry that I dearly love. But Scots return to you from me dark age black cell. So friends and brave comrades, I bid you farewell. So friends and brave comrades, I bid you farewell.
There we go, folks, and that is Farewell to Blackie, in memory of Doris O'Neill, that one tonight. So we're going to finish up here, folks, the last one this evening. Again, thanks to you all for tuning in tonight. Cheers to Ram McDermott, great interview. Cheers to everyone for all the comments and all, whatever. Much appreciated, folks. And don't forget, again, next week, as you can see on the screen there, we're going to have Sean McCafferty live on the show. Join us from about 8 o'clock next Monday night. Hopefully we'll get him to do a great ballad of Joseph Mary live on the show for us. So cheers to you all. It's been a great show once again. So it has getting better and better as the weeks go on. So cheers to everyone. So we're going to finish up with the streets of Gibraltar, especially for Anthony Hart from Armagh, who asked for it earlier on. Obviously, of course, today is Maria Farrell's birthday, so I think that again it's a bit point to play this song. So we're going to play the original Irish Brigade version of the song. So we are obviously written by Mickey and Maura, who we obviously talked about the song a few weeks ago when we had Maura live on the show. So we did. So that's us, folks. For myself, Big Ro, thank you very much. I will see you all next Monday. So cheers, it's been a great show again. So this is the Street of Gibraltar with the Irish Brigade, folks, to finish up tonight's show live on live stream Mondays on the Rebel podcast. No, see, this is the Sam song we've got to play here that I'm sure Iona would have loved, but we'll have to play the Street of Gibraltar. Here we go.
So slow down again this time. This time it's a song from Maria Farrell, Sean Savage and Daniel McCann, who died on the streets of Gibraltar. Not a lovely ballad written by Mickey and Maura.
They flew out of Belfast with an ambitious plan to continue the struggle to free Ireland. Maria Farrell, Sean Savage and Daniel McCann, but they died on the streets of Gibraltar. Hidden eyes had been watching, they followed each one. They knew they weren't armed, that none had a gun. We'll give them no warning or no chance to run, for all three must die on Gibraltar. And sad our feelings in Belfast now. All Ireland shares their sorrow as they walk in the sun, hitting Brits through their guns, and their blood stained the streets of Gibraltar. The SS stood there, so proud of
Gibraltar, and sad are three homes in Belfast now. All Ireland shares their sorrow as they walk in the sun, leaving Brits through their guns, and their blood stained the streets of Gibraltar. Married while in prison, we watched you with pride. True to all we believed in, and for the ship died, with two fine volunteers, Dan and Sean at your side. Our pardons died in Gibraltar, and sad are the homes in Belfast now. All Ireland shares their sorrow as they walked in the sun, hidden Brits through their guns, and their blood stained the streets of Gibraltar. It happened each time that a volunteer dies. They screen off the truth with a cover of lies, but we know what happens, although it's denied. They planned the 3 deaths on Gibraltar, and sad are the homes in Belfast now. All Ireland shares their sorrow as they walked in the sun, hidden Brits through their guns, and their blood stained the streets of Gibraltar, and their blood stained the streets of Gibraltar.
Good to Gibraltar.